What's going on, guys? Squeebs and crew back with a brand new episode, NBA edition. Just NBA
Oh,
today.
let's
No
go.
NFL, no NBA. Straight talking at NBA. Got the conference finals. We
Big
got
week. Big
four
week.
teams remaining. We just had 2 Game 7 Sunday night.
Electric start, unelectric finish.
No, we had 2 Game 7s, and they went. This is how I'll say it: 2 Game 7s. They went exactly how I thought they would go, except swap the last two teams.
Yes.
Pretty much. I didn't think that both games would be blowouts. That was something I was like, you know what? Which before the games, two home teams, I just thought they were the better teams, blowout. I didn't think the Bucks were going to be able to. What I said, anyone that's been on the Twitter spaces, I said that Game 6 was the Bucks' Game 7.
Right.
They had to win that one going into TD in a Game 7. If anyone's watched basketball for the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years, it's hard to win there, especially at a Game 7. But the Suns game, I mean, I got to hear what you thought about that game because I was shocked.
I think you heard me one of the only people riding the Mavs lately. And
yeah,
I think as much as you convinced me to the Celtics, I think I'll put it in your ear a little bit about the Mavs.
Yeah, it was tough.
It was literally I don't hate using the word because like I feel this way truthfully. The word fraud. Because how are we going to let a 65-win team escape going out that way?
So did you watch ESPN? Have you seen the Pat Bev clips on
Yeah,
ESPN
Pat Bev's
today?
not. I don't see how Pat Bev can talk because he lost to the Grizzlies. He didn't
Right.
lose to the Suns.
I thought he took it a little too far. There's one thing I want to take out of what he said today. I watched a little bit of it, and I want to take what he said and say it. He said, why are we acting the Suns are some kind of franchise that have been here for last? It's funny because we've been talking about the Suns as if they're Lakers, Celtics, Golden State era, what they've done.
That is the only thing correct.
They've been to the playoffs once last year. They went to the conference. They went to the NBA Finals. Other than that, yeah, they won 65 games this year. They were the number one seed. But how are we going to give them all this praise? And what he was saying, it was kind of like it spoke to me. I was like, yeah, that's true. Why was I coming in here Saturday and Sunday,
ready to defend them?
Right, ready to come in here and deploy all my units on the Suns because they were at home. It just didn't make any sense. I don't know why I did that because it was like I knew the Celtics were going to win, and I was like, I want to parlay both, and I was like, okay, Game 7, Suns at home, it makes sense. But does it make sense? Why are they in auto at Game 7 at home? So we were all fooled. Not you, obviously, and a couple other people, but yeah, I mean, I'm ready to agree with a lot of people what I've seen on Twitter today, where it's like we give the Ben Simmons slander, we give the James Harden slander, we give the Paul George slander in the playoffs. It's time to give the Chris Paul slander because he's lost 3 Game 7s in a row. He doesn't win the big games. He's a 14-time All-Star, 9-time defensive All NBA team. Great. A lot of people have those statistics. A lot of people have been to the All-Star game. A lot of people have been on a lot of NBA teams. But who's winning the big games?
Just keep going.
Who's winning the big games?
Put it
Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. He's winning the big games. LeBron James. He wins big games. He's up there too. I think Kevin Durant. He does. He's won with Golden State, so you can't say he doesn't win big games. But he gets there. Steph Curry. He's won 2-time MVP. He's been in the finals pretty much this whole decade. It feels like. It's just like you look at guys like James Harden and Paul George and Ben Simmons and all these guys. Lillard, agreed. I think Lillard's up there, but he also, it gets to a point where you have to understand what teams he's put. Lillard doesn't have help. He never has. He really hasn't had that kind of team. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Ayton, they're a team. You go back in the Clippers era with Blake Griffin, all those guys. It's just he's out of
Houston.
Right. Houston with James Harden. That was supposed to be a great duo. It just seems And I'm going to say it now. He's had his chance.
Nope. Go ahead, say it. If you don't say, I'll say it.
He's done. It's over. I think that was the last chance he had to win an NBA championship.
Yeah.
And I think the Suns have really got to sit there and not sit there and say, we got to run this back, because you got to figure out the Ayton situation. And you've got Chris Paul and Devin Booker. You got to bring someone else in. That team's not going to win, because you go on to next year.
I think 2 points.
I think Golden State will get better.
Oh, yeah, 100%. We already know they're going to be back.
I think the Grizzlies will get better.
Hardworking team. Yep.
Anthony Edwards is a dog. I think the Timberwolves are a team to get to, if they improve their defense and maybe get a veteran guy on that team somewhere, somehow. That could be a good team.
Timberwolves are definitely taking this Suns loss very wordy, so they have to perform next year.
Right. So I just
Mavs got Luka. That's shown enough. He got to the Western Conference Finals this year. So that's a big hump. Denver's coming back with a 2-time MVP and hopefully a healthy roster. Utah Jazz is falling out. That's this.
Well, I think Mitchell's going to leave. I think he'll go to somewhere else. I'm not going to speculate on where. I just don't know.
I think you're right. I think my thing about CP3 is he's going to have to join the list of AI, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, T-Mac, those guys that didn't win, but we all respect their games, Hall of Famers. We love you. We appreciate you. Just stay over there because you don't have a thing on your thing.
Yeah, I agree.
It's okay. He got the title point guard. That's a pretty cool title to go down in history with, like we can love you for other things. Like we'll love him when he's gone, but like stop.
Yeah. I mean, anybody who knows me and anything, he's on my top 5 list.
The point guards.
If anyone knows what my top 5 list is, it's top 5 players I can't stand and I hate. And he's up there. And I think, and I truly, and I think the funny thing is a player like him and Chris Paul, and I think he's gotten a lot given to him, and he hasn't really taken advantage of it. He doesn't have a chip. He's been to the finals once. He can't win big games. 3 Game 7s in a row lost. You got to admit that when he plays the game and the way he plays, he's the State Farm guy. He's friends with LeBron. He gets those calls.
State Farm is there.
The rip through and he gets a lot given to him, and it's
big push off guy. Big push off guy.
I mean, I'll tell you what, Patrick Beverley calling him a cone. Did you see that?
Dude, bro, he don't play no defense. We call him cone. He a cone.
Wow.
That's disrespectful. Like they really went. Like they went in on a team that didn't mean blood, which is impressive.
Let's stop talking about a team that doesn't matter and talk about a team that does matter.
It's actually very important because I don't think they're getting Ayton back. Why play Biyombo and McGee when
Yeah, you only played 17 minutes. I think a lot of it is, Game 7s, and you got to look at a resume and say, a game like this, what happened on Sunday night, kind of works in the Suns' favor.
It did.
You know why? Because now we can go in the summer and say, you know what? You didn't win the big game. What am I paying you a max contract for? You didn't play.
None of you showed up.
None of you showed up. Those Game 7s, a game like that means something. And when you're trying to negotiate a contract to say you're worth big money, you had 4 points. And someone else said this too, and I think Shaq said this a bunch, especially with big man. Ayton's complaining that he's a third guy and he's not getting his touches. You're a 7-footer. You're a number 1 pick. Go get the ball off the rim. You don't need to be spoon-fed the ball. You're 7 foot. You're a number 1 pick in the NBA draft. You got brought to a team, the Phoenix Suns, who have 2 great shooters, but if they're not on, grab the rebound and go get the ball.
Also, I'm not letting Devin Booker slide either. Sorry.
Oh, I'm not either. Oh, I'm enough with the Devin Booker comparing to the young Tatum and Luka, and no, enough.
Nah.
There's a level of star, and then there's a 6th level star. He's here. They're here. So, and that proves it. I think you got to look at the players that are left in the NBA playoffs right now. They deserve to be there. I think the funny thing is I think the 2 best players, well, I'd say there's the 3 best. Well, yeah, because you got
Steph,
Luka,
Jason, and Luca.
Yeah, Luca. Yeah,
Steph,
right.
Jason, and Luke. I would go Luca a little bit higher.
It's very close. And I was gonna say and bring it up. I look at we're gonna talk about the next couple of teams, and that's the Celtics and Heat. I don't know, man. I feel like throughout the playoffs, you gotta give them respect, and you gotta say that I feel like me on what they went through is kind of where I'm going about this. I'm not saying now or in current league form or in next year. I'm saying on what they went through to get to the point. I think Jason Tatum's been the best player in the playoffs. I think Ime Udoka's been the best coach in the playoffs. Now, what I mean by that is you look at Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, probably the two best players in the league.
Yes.
They went right through them.
Yes.
Right through them. I think that means something.
Yes.
I think the Celtics should be the favorite to win the NBA Finals. I think they're the best team in the NBA playoffs still standing.
Isn't the Heat the number one defense? Technically?
Yeah, the number one defense.
So now they're going to go against the two best players, and then they potentially can beat
Right.
the best defense warranted. And then they potentially will play the Warriors. And if they beat the Warriors, I mean, that's a great championship team resume.
And I think this is going to be a tough series. And I think tomorrow night it's going to be a tough game. Am I confident that the Celtics? I mean, obviously, anybody. You shouldn't ask me who I'm picking. Obviously, I'm picking the Celtics. Do I think the Celtics are going to have a hard time tomorrow night? I do.
Okay.
You just won a game. You just won a game 7, Sunday night. You're traveling the next day. You're going down to Miami. A 1-day rest and a travel day. That's tough. I think that's tough, and I think that's going to mean something. Do I think they can still win the game? Yeah, but I think they're going to look. I think the first quarter is going to look a little tough. I do. And I disagree with. I get the schedule thing, but it's an interesting thing for that to be done that way. I think they should have started Wednesday and Thursday instead of Tuesday and Wednesday. That's just me. I don't really understand that, to be honest. But
hey, more basketball, baby.
Right, more basketball. There is an elephant in the room, though, with the Celtics and the Bucks. Yeah, Chris Middleton didn't play. I'm gonna bring my mic closer to this one.
I was waiting for this conversation.
Chris Middleton didn't play.
Yep.
Don't give a rat's ass. Do you want to know why? Because the Bucks losing in the playoffs to the Boston Celtics in Game 7 is 1,000% their own fault. You go back 2 months ago on a Sunday. Budenholzer decides to sit his players. Ime decides to play his players. Celtics get the 2 seed, and the Bucks don't. Who gets the Game 7 at home in their place in round 2? The Celtics. It's karma. It is. The Bucks could have played and got the number 2 seed, and they would have had Game 7 in their house, and things might have been different. It's 1,000% their own fault.
It's 1,000% their own fault, and then we got faced with another. Giannis has hit another wall again.
No.
Yeah, not like the wall last time. Like he hit a wall. Like, all right.
No. I think the Bucks. They
what
had
else
the
can he do?
Well, I think
we know where he needs to improve basketball wise, but like 7 games, he gave it his all. 7 games.
Right.
What else can he do?
I think a lot of it is you go back to LeBron James in the year he lost the East Conference Finals. I don't know what year that was. I can't remember. With the Cleveland Cavaliers, 2011, 2012, whatever it was. Just not enough help. I honestly don't even believe, truly, I'm being completely honest. I don't think, and we talked about this a little, we talked about this before. I don't think Chris Middleton would have made a difference. Because, yes, you get Chris Middleton back. But the game would have been different. It would have shifted. It would have been a completely different game. Celtics could have easily game played in a different way for that. You can't just say, oh, Chris Middleton plays and Bucks win. That's not how basketball works. I think the Bucks still would have been limited in the depth category. They don't have it. They have no bench.
They get extra 15 points, but that's it.
Maybe.
But
But
it didn't
then,
matter if Grant
but I
scored
think
30.
I think those 15 points come away from Giannis in a standard point.
True.
So, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like the problem was depth. I don't think they had enough of it. They didn't have a Grant Williams making 7 threes.
No.
They didn't have a Derek White getting 4 steals and 8 rebounds and 10 points in game 4.
I feel like they were like Grayson Allen, Pat Connaughton, and Bobby were very quiet.
They didn't do enough. I mean, Bobby Portis played well in game, I think it was 5 or 6. Other than that, Grayson Allen, he's a bot. He sucks. He's terrible. He's awful. Pat Connaughton,
he's a solid 7th man, 8th man.
I wouldn't even play him in a 9-man rotation. Pat Connaughton, I think he's a great player, but he's a 7th, 8th man. He's not a guy coming off the bench right away and dropping 10, 12, 15 points a game. He's not that kind of guy. Yeah,
so
I think
they're
think
going to build for death. That's what you're saying.
I would say the Bucks' biggest mistake, and I actually agree with. Yeah, I think the Bucks' biggest mistake was not going after a guy like Eric Gordon in the trade deadline.
Okay.
I think a guy like that would have helped them. I think the Suns too. I think you look at last night. I think a lot of it. Yeah, Chris Paul and Booker didn't play well, and Ayton wasn't effective on the boards. But are we gonna sit here and act like Mikal Bridges and Jay Crowder like all that? Because they're not.
Now but Mikal part, he's supposed to be a 2-way player, so like he could have stepped up offensively. But Jay Crowder, first of all, you know how I feel about Jay, fake tough dude.
I think we give. I think we give, and I do it too. I love Mikal Bridges. I think we give him too much credit. I don't think he's that good. I think he's decent.
This is coming after this type of performance. His next year can make a break if he's like a 20 mil player or like a 10 mil player.
Right. I agree with that 100%. I think next year he's got to play better.
Like if he does it, then one is going into his money, and 2, he might be getting traded out of there.
Right. Yeah. Especially they got to figure what they're going to do.
There's a lot the Suns got to figure out. It's a lot the Bucks got to figure out. But with the teams left, I mean, we got to pick our series.
Well, yeah. Before that, I mean, we got to go and look at what the Mavericks just did. They beat the Jazz.
Yeah.
And then they come in here against the Suns, and pretty much everyone counted them out. And I think a lot of it is, me included, I didn't think that they had the depth when they do.
And they don't have Tim Hardaway.
Right. I think a lot of it is, I mean, Spencer Dinwiddie is going to play two of those games a series. He's not going to play like that every game.
No.
So he got the 2 games. He did it in game 3, and he did it in game 7.
The trade for Spencer Dinwiddie proved great.
Yeah.
But the emerge of Jalen Brunson has been as huge as anything.
He didn't play that well that series.
Exactly, but he was still effective enough.
It was the Gator chomp of Dorian Finney-Smith. That's who it was.
They literally, how do you go down 40?
The funny thing is, I watched probably like 15. I didn't even watch the game really because I was doing something else and I wasn't really into it because I was like, oh, I'll watch the 4th quarter. I just watched the Celtics game. I was super amped up. I was like, oh,
you're coming down. You're coming down off.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'll catch the 4th quarter and I'll relax for a little bit. And I was like, and someone texted me, and I looked at it. I was like, the text wrote, it said, Suns are dead. And I was like, and keep thinking it's 8:30. The game started at 8.
Yep.
And I'm reading the text. I said, the Suns are dead. What do you mean the Suns are dead? And I look at the score. It's 40-25 or 44-25. And I'm like, what?
Bro, how do you let a player match you in points
right
at halftime?
Luka Doncic had the same amount of points going to halftime as the Suns. He goes,
that's
insane. Luka Doncic goes, yeah, of course. I'm like, what is going on?
Bro, dude, it's because that they're fake tough, dude. They're so fake tough.
Yeah, I don't know.
Remember, I think a few years, it was October when the Suns played the Lakers again. And LeBron said to somebody, stay humble. You were just home a year ago.
Yeah, Cameron Payne.
They really like rode a high that no one has ever rode, and like people got on board. And that goes back to what you said earlier. It's just like, why are we're still trying to like answer why they lost so bad when we should just praise the other team.
I will say this. He's on my top 5 list, LeBron James. But I love Luka Doncic. He's had a great postseason. And I've loved what he's brought to the league, and he's going to be a big time player in this league. He's going to be one of the top 5 in the next 3. Well, he's probably up there. I'm saying like when in the next 2-3 years we're going to start getting to a new era of basketball with there's no Kevin Durant, LeBron. I mean like top 5 players like in that current generation of whatever. The comparison to what LeBron James did in those 7-8 years of going to the finals every year, and people are saying this is what Luka Doncic's doing right now.
Whoa.
We gotta relax a little bit.
Whoa, babe. Whoa.
He had a good pro season.
It's his first one.
Decent series against the Jazz. That was Jalen Brunson's series. Mm-hmm. He had a great series against the Suns.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna get into our picks for the next series.
And I know. I'm ready for this. There's one series we don't agree on.
We're gonna start with the Dallas Sun series. Starts Wednesday night, 9:30 Eastern time, or 8:30, I think. Game 1. Warriors Mavs.
Right
now, if you want to go first, you want me to go ahead and go first?
All you. You got it.
Okay.
You got it.
Okay. If anyone's been listening to me and knows kind of where my futures are at, I'm gonna close those for a little bit and explain how I see this series going. And I have a different mindset of how things come in and come and go.
That's what made us good friends. We have 2 different mindsets.
The Mavericks are here. They got to come here, or they're going to go into Golden State on Wednesday night and get their asses clapped. I will tell you that right now.
Okay.
They got to go from here to here, or they're going to go in there and get their asses clapped. If they come out on Wednesday night, and let's say Luka hit a couple threes or Finney Smith a couple threes, and they're up 7 or 8, and Luka's got the tongue sticking out and doing the stare downs, I will tweet. I will, and I'll be watching the game. And if I see any cockiness going on in the first quarter of Wednesday night, I will tweet and I will show my bet slip. The Warriors will sweep them in 4 games. If I see that, it'll be over, done, and over with. If I see any of that. Now, what I think, besides that, I just want to get that out first because that's kind of how I see things going. I got the Warriors winning this in 5. I think at worst, the Mavs can get 2, but I see them getting 1. I see them getting that first one in Dallas. Other than that, I think the series is over. I think the Warriors are just better. I think the Mavericks are going to struggle. And I think what they should do, the Mavs should slow the game down, because if they try to play Warriors basketball and go quick and fast, they will get blown out of the gym. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the tickets, and I've seen a lot of it's going to be on the Mavericks to cover a lot, because I think it's like +5, +6, whatever. I think Vegas is going to rake in all these guys that are loving the Mavs and loving Luka and all this stuff. I expect the Warriors to win the first 2 at home pretty handily. And I expect you to be on their side. And that's what we're fine. Because you got that, and I've known you for a long time. You've got that vibe of getting on the guys that are hot, and it looks cool and it looks exciting.
Yep.
But the Warriors are a different animal.
Warriors are a different animal.
And if anyone tries to tell me that they're even close to what the Suns are, the Suns are frauds. I mean, this is going to be a completely different atmosphere in Golden State and Oracle. I'm just telling you right now.
So we already know we're on different sides, but how I view this series is going, you're going to have to take the first 2 on the mouth.
Agreed.
You got to take the first two on the mound.
Agreed. Well, wait. To win the series?
Yeah.
Oh, if they go down 2-0, it's over. They have to get one to go State.
This is the trust me. It's take the first two on the mouth or try to win game 2. You're not stealing game 1.
No.
Because like you said, they're here. They got to come down here. This
They're
is a hard thing to come down off. So that game 1, that's probably going to be like, all right, let's get humbled. Game 2, let's try to steal it. If we don't, take it on the mouth. Game 3, must win. Game 4, must win. Get it back to Golden State. Avoid, at all means, game 6 Clay.
Yeah.
That game, is chalked. So we have to win game 5.
I just don't see it.
7-game series. Sign me up.
Usually I'm down and I like to figure out, different narratives for things to happen. I thought about this last night. I don't see a way for Dallas to win.
Dude, this is hard fight.
I just don't.
Coaching, Jason Kidd. Big trust him.
And truly, if I was the Warriors, what I would do is run a box and 1 on Luka the whole game.
I mean, we know who's going to guard him. It's going to be Wiggins. It's going to be Wiggins. It's going to be Kuminga, maybe some Clay. That's about it.
I would let Clay guard him.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like Dallas, the way they're going to beat the Golden State Warriors is they have to outshoot them. Now, I trust Wiggy to extend himself and move around quick because Clay's still got. He's still getting back to 100%. I don't need Clay following guys back and forth through pick and rolls. Right. I'd rather Wiggy do it. He's more athletic. I think I would want Clay to stand still, try to keep Luka as still as possible. Honestly, don't fall for the step backs. Just let him do it. Because I think the Warriors should follow what the Celtics did. Just let Giannis do what he wants. Let Luka do what he wants. Let Luka do, because Luka did not beat the Suns. I'm going to tell you that right now. He did it. Because the Mavericks don't beat the Suns without Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith.
Right.
They had 2 big games, huge games. You got to contain the rest of them. And we've talked about this the whole playoffs. It's about the role players. Luka's going to get his. He's going to drop 40. Giannis is going to drop a 40-point triple-double. Jason Tatum is going to drop 40. But it's about Dorian Finney-Smith. It's about Grant Williams, game 7, Grant Williams. It's about game 6, Clay.
Game 7, Grant Williams.
Game 7, Grant Williams. I'm here for it. That was something else. And the fact that the Bucks are going to leave him open 14 times in a row, God almighty. Good coaching, bud.
Terrible coach needs to get fired. Sorry. Back to what we're saying.
Yeah, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I think the Warriors are the better team.
Mavs in 7. Sign me up. Maybe I might put a Mavs in 5 just to get a little wicked.
I think the Warriors have a good shot to win the NBA Finals. I've been saying that for a while. I think the only team that's in the way is the Celtics. Yeah. Obviously, I think the Celtics. I think a Warriors Celtics Finals would be
electric. Exactly what everyone wants. And we're not going to get it. We're going to get Mavs, and we're going to get the other team we're about to talk about.
So who do you got?
Oh, Celtics in 5.
Celtics in 5.
Celtics in 5. I think Miami get 1 game, but I'm sorry. Literally, so today at school, I had multiple conversations about the Celtics team. Pull it up, baby. Keep rising it up. Because obviously, we're doing the matchups. And I know Miami's a good team. They shoot well some nights, but they play their number 1 defense. So you got to respect that. But we're just going off matchups. And I guess the main matchup is Jimmy versus Tatum. We know who's better there.
Yeah, that's going to be a good matchup. I think the thing with the Heat is Robert Williams is coming back. He's going to play tomorrow night. I think they got it. Yeah, huge. Absolutely huge.
Because Bam's got to now not bang with one guy.
Bam's got to figure it out because he hasn't played well.
How's it going to get any better? Al Horford's still holding his own at his age and scoring points. And Rob Williams is, say his nickname because I'm not saying it.
Time Lord, baby. Here's the thing about the Heat, though. I'm a Celtics fan, but I'm not a biased guy, so I'm going to talk about the Heat a little bit and give them some.
I'll be biased for you.
Give them some pointers.
Fuck no.
Duncan Robinson. Do you want to know why? Because no one's thinking about him. Now, Max Strus ain't going to get a shot off. I can tell you that right now.
No.
So that's not going to happen. If they come in here and try to do what they did against the Sixers and play the Max Strus game, not going to happen. Marcus Smart will be up in his grill and Strus won't get a shot off. They got to figure it out. They got to figure out a different way to get good looks. And I think Duncan Robinson is a good way to do it.
Duncan Robinson and Tyler Herro are good shooters. Yes. Yeah. But the problem is y'all's defense covers the three like no other. And it's not about them. I'm not worried about their offense because, yes, there are 3-point shooters. They'll get theirs. Who the fuck are they going to guard?
Right. They can't guard anyone.
So why do I want them on the court if they can't guard? Because ball screen, switch, Duncan Robinson on Tatum. Come on now.
Well, no one's guarding Tatum because no one's guarding the best player on the planet. That's just not going to happen. And I say best player on the planet. I think he's the best player on the planet right now.
Okay.
In the playoffs.
Steph Curry's still alive, though, right?
I never said Steph Curry wasn't alive, but has Steph Curry honestly played well this playoffs? Not really.
You know what? Have it.
I think throughout the playoffs, Jason Tatum's been the best player.
Right.
He has been.
Yeah.
And it only works out this way. And it's fate. Did you see that there are new awards for the Western Conference Finals MVP as well as the Eastern Conference Finals MVP?
Saw that.
Did you see that?
One's after, I think, Oscar, and the other's after Bob Cousy. Am I correct?
Wrong. So the Western Conference Finals MVP is now named the Magic Johnson Award.
Okay.
Now for the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, it is now called the Larry Bird Award.
So the first one's going to Tatum.
Does it not make sense to have the first Larry Bird winner, Jason Mother effing Tatum? It makes sense. It has to happen. It has to happen. And it doesn't have to happen.
It's going
to happen.
I just for me, it's just like any second player you have is still not better than Jaylen Brown.
Right. I agree.
And then the third best player, only reason Bam's better than Marcus Smart is because he's a big man and Marcus Smart's a guard. So that's the only argument you got there. And then after that, it's just like Victor Oladipo is still coming off injury. He has body. Like, I'm sorry, he's not who he used to be. Can't do it. I am Celtics on 5, riding with it, and I'm not changing.
I will say that different from last series, which I think this series not going to be closer in length, but I think the games themselves will be a little closer because of the Heat's depth. They have it. The Bucks did it.
They have like 9-10. You're right.
They have it. So I think the games will be closer. They'll be tighter. There won't be as much scoring, but I think, the scores at the end will be a lot closer than what the Bucks Celtics games were. Because every game was pretty much, the Celtics took over, and then when the Bucks beat the Celtics, they beat it by 20, and then Celtics won by 15 game 2. It's just like, other than that tip-in, and then game 5, they were pretty much by 12 to 15 points. I think the Heat Celtics game will be a lot closer, and you go back to the bubble era, we're getting our motherfucking revenge. Fuck that. It's the same teams.
Yeah.
It's Jimmy Butler. It's Adebayo. It's what they did in the finals when they lost.
All they did was add Tucker.
Yeah, they got some new players, but you know what? So do we.
My thing is one, if Jimmy Butler pulls it off, do we give him finally credit?
That's a good question. This is a good question. I like this one. Who's under the most pressure in this series? Jimmy Butler or Jason Tatum?
It's Jimmy Butler. Because like
Okay.
what other chance is he gonna get to
Right.
get to the finals again?
I think Jimmy Butler's in the same situation Chris Paul's in. Maybe not as to the extent, but it's a little similar.
No, it's similar. It's similar. It's 50%. Actually, it's 100% similar because of how many more chances he's going to get. We know Embiid's still in 76ers. Sorry, it's just fact. Giannis is going to come back. Celtics are building back their dynasties. What other young teams are in the East? Chicago. They might right the ship.
Well,
Atlanta.
I think
They got Trey.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I think you look at the Eastern Conference and kind of what it is now.
Bro, I'm only giving Miami one game because their head coach. I was almost on you about sweep.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Spo has a little bit of an advantage.
That's the only reason they get one.
Ime made the one mistake in game 5. Other than that, he's coached a very good postseason.
I can't be on the Heat. I just can't.
No. And it sucks because I do feel like the Heat are the disrespected team in the playoffs, and they've proven it wrong. They've proven all of us wrong, obviously. But yeah, I mean, the Celtics are the way better team. We're gonna kick their ass.
I mean, I hate to say it, the Heat just fell into the luckiest thing, how the OKC3 are just going downhill kind of quickly. So like they lucked out. Sorry, they lucked out, and they didn't have Embiid for 2 games.
Right, that's true.
So
I don't know though. It's gonna be interesting. I don't need to get in the OKC3 talk. I'm good right now. We can talk about that in the offseason.
Yeah, true. I'm sorry. You know how I feel about those 3 right now. I'm sorry.
Nah, and it's funny you mentioned the Bulls. I was gonna say I'm pretty sure they're gonna trade Levine, or he's gonna go somewhere else. I think he's a free agent.
I mean, he honestly didn't really do anything this year that I know of. Like,
they were missing Lonzo, which is a pretty significant loss.
Which I'd rather have Lonzo back than Levine if Levine's not going to produce anything. At least Lonzo can do 2-way and like run an offense.
Yeah, I think Lonzo's a decent player. I think he's an average good point guard.
Eventually an all-star once or twice, maybe.
He might
pop off one good year.
It's hard to be an all-star when you're not a top 2 player on the team.
That's true.
That's the thing. It's like it's hard to become an all-star when you're not. You've got to be either the first or second best player on the team. Like,
I mean, I guess
like it sucks, and he should be for what he does, but I don't see Marcus Smart ever being an all-star.
No, I think he'd have 1 year. I think remember there was a year the Atlanta Hawks had like 5 guys or 4 guys.
Yeah, that's true.
I think the Celtics can do that.
I'm not trying to hype anything up, whatever, but I mean, it's going to be a good team for a long time, dude. It's going to be a good team for a long time, and I know you're not a big Celtics fan, but it's like you've got a couple teams. You've got a couple teams that I think are going to be in that Golden State where they're at the top for 5 to 6 years. I think you look at the Celtics. I still think Golden State will be there. I like what Memphis has. Possibly.
Okay, possibly. Okay.
But it possibly in an extent of I need to see them do it again. If they can do it again, then I'll put Memphis there because I obviously could see some kind of consistency. I used to think Phoenix, but I'm good. I don't think that they're going to be up there.
Phoenix out, Bucks in.
I think the Bucks, and I think what the Bucks need to do, truly, is they've got to bring in something.
Mm-hmm.
They've got to bring in something.
They got to bring in a Jordan Clarkson.
They need more scoring.
A Jordan Clarkson.
Drew Holiday's just not a scorer. And I get Chris Middleton's a scorer and whatever, but they got to have a third scorer.
You're right. You're right.
But we'll see. I like the Bucks. I like the Celtics. I like the Grizzlies. I like the Warriors. I would love to say that we'll see. I think the Nuggets can be. They got to get healthy.
They got to get healthy. They got to get so healthy. That's such a
Like, because that
Jokic is going to get pissed soon. If
because
every year it's just all him.
They're all young.
They're so young.
They should be up here with all these good young teams.
And we need to get the Minnesota young team.
Right.
Mine's here. That's a great. That would be a great.
Minnesota needs to get, because I don't think the Celtics would be where they're at without Al Horford.
Like an actual OG vet.
They need an Al Horford type of vet player that's been in the limelight, been in Game 7s, been in the playoffs for multiple years. They need somebody. They can't run the ship with those three and there's a bunch of young guys. Because I also think a
terrible bet for them.
I also think that's what happened to the Grizzlies. Yes, John Morant got hurt. But even if he didn't get hurt and they somehow made it and beat the Warriors, whatever, I don't think they would have beaten the Mavericks, to be honest with you.
No.
Because they don't have, someone in the locker room. Because if you go, and it's what I see, it's what I follow. Go to the Celtics. I want anyone listening, go to the Celtics Instagram page and go look at after all their wins. It's Al Horford in the locker room talking, saying, we did this, we did this, we did this. It's no one else. He's the only one talking in every Instagram video I see after the game.
It's huge.
That's what, and Draymond Green does it. And I'm sure that Jimmy Butler does it. But he's the guy, he's an older guy, so it's obviously he does it. But it's like, you got to have that to be a team that can say, a guy that on a team can sit there and say, let's relax. We won that game. And you look at Al Horford, what he said in the video, he said, when we won Game 6, all we had to do was go in our house and play good basketball. Let's enjoy this and let's go beat the Heat. It wasn't, let's go freaking, go dance on TikTok for 3 hours after the game on Instagram Live. That's not what it is. So I think the Timberwolves can be good, and I think a lot of these teams can be good. They need a veteran presence and veteran players in the locker room. God, the Astros just scored the Red Sox. Ugh.
Okay.
Sitting over here, freaking Red Sox. Oh, baseball, man. I can't handle it. Can't handle baseball right now.
Still early for me. I'll wait till playoffs.
For what? For baseball?
Yeah.
Well, the baseball is going to be.
It's going to heat up soon.
Trevor Story just hit a solo home run in the bottom of the 8th, tied it up. Now, baseball, I'm really getting into the past couple of days. I've been getting into baseball because now we're getting to the point where there's only one basketball game a night. So, I'm starting to really get in the baseball flow. Picks are rolling out. I'm getting in the baseball group because come summertime, that's all there's going to be is baseball. And that's where we get surgical at the baseball place. So that's where I'll be at.
Damn it, dude. I'm not ready for it.
Dude, the thing with baseball though that I like, it's like, I could throw out a 2-teamer or 2 straight bets, whatever it is. I don't gotta watch the games. I gotta just,
Remember when I did that 11?
You go out and you have a good time and you sweat a couple of bets with the boys, but it's like you don't gotta sit there and stare at the screen for 6 hours.
That's true.
So I like it. I don't gotta pay as much attention.
Remember my 11 team parlay of baseball?
We can get back on those, bro.
Dude. I'll do it. Fuck it. I'll get back into it.
We gotta get back into it. But that's pretty much it. We got the 2 games. We got Tuesday night Celtics, Wednesday, and then I think it just rotates because we play Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday.
So then they play Wednesday, Friday,
and Sunday, and then and then I think they get 2 days off and they can start again or something like that. I don't know, but I'm expecting I will be there in a month and a half.
I'm still not going unless I can wear my Lakers jersey.
You can wear whatever you want. I'm not the one getting thrown
let's
out.
go.
We're gonna be there. And I'm pumped. We got it's one series at a time, it's one game at a time, but I feel pretty confident the Celtics will be in the NBA finals. And I think they've got a good shot to win it.
And when they play Luka and Luka
get the heck out of here. If it's Mavericks or Celtics, you root against you put the Maverick, you root against me.
I have to, because the backwards curse that I have.
Yeah.
And then you're celebrating. So it works every time, man. It works every time. Trust me. I know what I'm doing. If LeBron's not in, I'll backwards curse till I die.
It's gonna be Celtics winning against the Heat in 5 games.
Yep.
It's gonna be Golden State beating the Heat in 5 games. And then I got the Celtics winning the NBA Finals in 6. And that's how it's gonna go. 100%. And I'm feel pretty confident about those picks. Last year I predicted the NBA champion. I said it was the Bucks when they would play the Nets. I called it, and I said the Bucks are going to go and win the NBA Finals.
They did.
And I'm going to run it back this year and say the Celtics will beat the Warriors in 6 games.
I'm saying Celtics win in 5, and Celtics win 2 buzzer beater games.
Against the Heat?
No, I'm saying Celtics win 5. I'm talking about Warriors, Celtics. Actually, Dallas Celtics.
You think we beat Dallas in 5? Mm-hmm. Oh, if we play Dallas, yeah, I'd say 5 instead of 6.
I think y'all put in 5. I think that's just too much on Luka because literally you gotta literally think this team just beat Kevin Durant, Giannis,
possibly Jimmy Butler,
best defense in the league. It's not Jimmy Butler. It's best defense in the league technically, and then we have played all that, and we got to go against you. What's so special about you? We game plan for the 2 best players in the world. We can do the same for you.
Right. And I agree.
If Luka goes crazy and like beats that, then like I'm getting shoes, jersey. I'm saying LeBron, I might got your replacement, brother.
Oh, so you Mavericks fan now?
Oh no, not yet. I did tweet about having to get the shoes because I said as a joke, like, man, what if they win this? I thought it was like a game 7, like, I'm gonna hope for Mavs to win, so I'm gonna tweet, I'll get his shoes if they win, and then I look at the score, I'm like, oh, do I have to get his shoes?
I don't see why you don't. You have to.
Damn, dude. Like, I mean, I'll find a good colorway. You want a pair?
I'm not getting no Luka shoes.
Sorry, you'll get Tatum's.
Absolutely. I'll get Marcus Smart. I'll get a Peyton Pritchard shoe for all I care. That guy's a baller.
He is starting to come into his own.
I like Pritchard. He knows his role. I think
make a few threes, solid defense when they get on him.
If we're gonna sit here and bring out awards for the NBA playoffs, most improved player is Grant Williams.
Oh yeah.
That guy. That guy's.
How do you leave him open and then like, all right, he's on today. Let's just keep leaving him.
I have no idea. I guess because you don't want.
Like you don't want to rotate. It's literally easy basketball. If one guy rotates to him, you help the helper. Simple. If Giannis goes to Grant, and whoever Giannis is guarding, he runs down to what's it called, and we just flow back. We can't leave a guy shoot 3 because they literally went to, all right, I got a shot, got to make it. All right, I got another shot, got to make it. Oh, I'm open. Pull. This is just catch and shoots now. This is practice. I do this all day. I'm going to get an easy 30 because you let me be open. And now everybody's on me. I'm going to the club tonight. I don't have to pay for nothing.
That's true. All right. I think we got it. You got the Mavericks. I got the Celtics. Mm-hmm. And then you have the Celtics and I have the Warriors. And we both have the Celtics winning the NBA Finals unless the Mavericks get there. And you got the Mavericks winning the NBA Finals.
100% correct. 100% correct.
That's pretty much it. We might get on here next week to recap a couple of games, especially if something big happens and some team is down a certain amount of games or something like that. We'll hop on here. If not, we'll see you guys after the conference finals, and we will talk NBA Finals talk. And we're gonna start getting into fantasy football, but we'll wait for that for a little bit longer.
Yeah, a little bit. But baseball. Hey, is it time? Dude, I've been warming up my arm, bro.
It might be time, but we'll wait on it, and we'll see you guys next week or after the conference finals. It's been real. Bleed green, and if you're not bleeding green, it's on you. Peace.